can't believe that this actually happened. This video showcases the power of social media and how close-knit we are as a community, more specifically YouTube and a community as comic book collectors. It makes me so grateful to have a platform like this, to have the reach that this channel actually does. This is the story. Here's what went down. So I recently bought personal grail of mine, Best Comics #1. I'll put a better picture of it up on the screen. I had wanted this book since the first day that I saw it, and it had been about 5 years that I was hunting this book from the first time that I saw it sell until it sold again, because it's incredibly rare. It's from 1939. There's only a handful of these in existence. This is the only copy on the CBCS census for the entire series. It's a 4-issue series, issues 1, 2, 3, and 4, from the very beginning of the Golden Age, almost the Platinum Age. It's so old, from 1939. And I had recently bought issue #1 and issue #2. I'll put a better picture of this up on the screen because I just happened to find both of them within a few months of each other, and I got this book for about half of FMV, and so I couldn't pass it up. And in the video I mentioned, because I posted a video after I acquired these, and in that video I mentioned, how happy I was to finally acquire these grails, but also that I didn't need to collect the entire series, issues 1, 2, 3, and 4, because the selling point for this book that makes it so cool to me is that this character, the first appearance of the Red Mask in issue #1, is a black character on the front cover and in the story. And then in the second issue, they change him to a white character on the cover, but black on the interior pages. And it was just a super interesting, really cool collectible. And if you want the whole story on this and more details on this series, I'll put a link up here and down in the description to the video I did originally. So after I posted that video, the next day I get a message on Instagram from a collector who said, "Hey, I'm from New Zealand. I watched your show in New Zealand. I saw you just purchased Best Comics 1, and 2. And I just wanted to let you know I was at my second-hand store yesterday, and they had issues 2, 3, and 4. And we'll get a better look at these here in just a minute. I'll flip the camera around and we can actually go through these books. But he said they had issues 2, 3, and 4 up on the wall at the second-hand store in New Zealand. And I thought, are you trolling me? Is this like some kind of weird trolling? And it absolutely wasn't. From the first message I knew this guy is legit. But what are the odds that these American comics would be up on a wall in New Zealand from 1939? Here we are in 2024. He sees my video. And I had mentioned, that I don't need to collect the whole series, but at this point, it's I almost feel an obligation to complete the run at this point. It's getting the band back together. I mean, there's only a handful of these in existence, and here this just fell in my lap to complete the run. So I asked him, I said, what do you want for the books? And he didn't really want to tell me what he paid for them at the thrift shop. So I wasn't comfortable making an offer because of condition and everything. I said, why don't you send them to me? We'll send them off to get graded, and depending on what the grade is, when they come back, we can discuss pricing. He said, great. So issue #2 will definitely hit the website when it does come back from CGC, because I already have a copy of issue #2. And, it's possible that I don't even purchase these because we haven't talked about price yet, but I have a feeling we'll be able to come to a reasonable agreement on the price. So let's flip this camera around and take a closer look at these books and see this entire series all together in one place. All right, so here we have issue #4. This one actually appears to be in pretty good condition. Then we have issue #3 and issue #2. And I'll get a better shot of all of them side by side in a different area. But for now, I just want to take these books out and flip through a few of the pages. So as you can see in issue #3, he appears on the front cover as a white character. So I mean, this book, I gotta be really, really careful handling it. It's just, they're incredibly fragile. This entire front cover here is detached, and as you can see, little pieces of it they're not even attached. So It's just super, super fragile. You definitely don't need to be pressing and cleaning these books because of how fragile they are. I wonder if that has any indication of what he paid. If it says L147 $30, that would be interesting. And then as you can see, it's actually missing the back cover completely. So it's definitely a very, very low grade copy. And as you can see right there on the first page, you know, he is a character of color on the interior pages, but white on the cover, which is very interesting. You also get a bunch of other stuff like Silly Willy, Pop's Night Out, Happy and Pappy. Just some really cool classic 1930s. This is Jigger by Gus Judd. Just some really cool 1930s nostalgic comics. But because of how fragile it is, I don't want to do, you know, a full flip through of everything. All right, so here's issue number 4. I'm hopeful on the condition for this one. So, it's, you know, obviously it's low grade. I mean, everything from this series is low grade. There's some staining. It's the back cover is completely detached, which is very, very common for this series because it's a square-bound book that is, you know, it has glue on the spine from 1939. And so the fact that it's even in this good of condition is pretty remarkable. But the front cover is attached, although just barely. And so this is issue number 4. And at this point, he's white on the front cover. And, you know, he's white in this panel right here, the red mask. And then black in this next story over here. So it's very, very interesting. Just a really cool collectible. And then it's just very short, couple very short pages there for the red mask. The rest of it, it's mostly like these cartoony, Silly Willy, Happy and Pappy, Jigger, Peggy Wow, Pop's Night Out type of stuff. That's the majority of these books, but that's why it's so cool that the Black Mask gets the cover of all of these comics, even though he only is in, you know, a very small amount of the actual book. Follow me over on Instagram if you want to see the results of these books when they come back from CGC. I'll post, you know, a picture of the whole series graded there together. Also, sign up for the newsletter at bricecomics.com if you're interested in possibly buying the second copy of issue number 2. I'll send out an email notification every time new inventory comes to the shop. We're constantly getting awesome new collections. You can use code COLLECT10 for 10% off all in-stock items at bricecomics.com. And just by signing up for the newsletter, you're entered to win a free slab each and every month. This month, we're giving away 2 awesome slabs. And then follow me on Whatnot. Link down in the description for $15 towards your first purchase on Whatnot. And we always do a monthly giveaway here on the YouTube channel just for being subscribed. Every comment that you leave on a video is an entry into that month's giveaway. We're giving away 2 awesome slabs here on YouTube for the month of February. And I just want to say thank you to everybody for, you know, following along. Thank you for being a part of the community. And encourage your friends to get on board, to get on social media, even if I know that, you know, social media can be a pretty nasty place, but if you're a serious comic book collector, like, it can really enrich your collecting experience to be connected to the community. You come across stuff you wouldn't normally come across. It just broadens the horizon so much. So thank you for being a part of this online community. Thanks for sticking with us all the way to the end of the video, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.